What is sustainable insurance? The dilemma of small and medium enterprises in Africa. And the writer of this article yesterday is the MD of Other Life Assurance. He is a first vice president of the Ghana Insurance Association. He's also a chartered insurer and a fellow of the Chartered Institute of Ghana. Chartered Institute of Insurance Ghana, and he's a certified ESG professional. Big man, big titles, big brain, big conversation. His name is Mr. Nashiru Idrisu. Sustainable insurance is our conversation. Good morning, my brother.
Good morning, my brother. Good to see you. I'm happy to be here.
I know. I've been begging you to come.
And this is the time. This is the time.
Yeah. You kept saying when the
time is now.
Yeah. Charlie Nash, I mean, great to see you. Sustainable insurance.
Yes.
What is this? I mean, why? What is sustainable insurance?
Jerry, let me say that sustainability has become a critical component to business strategy.
Yes.
In all facets of every aspect of industry.
Okay.
Especially so with the financial sector, and more important, insurance. Because it's saying that when the going gets tough, you look out for insurance. That is your second bet. In other words, your defense mechanism. Insurance always comes in to give you that cover, to give you that protection. So when you do not pursue sustainable insurance in this era where it is more like the edge thing to do, then you're gonna have a business that in other words, will not transcend beyond generations.
Why is sustainability such a big deal these days?
My brother, beyond the fact that some would say it's a cliche, but for me, I think even for our own well-being, it is for no reason why for the past 2-3 weeks, galamsey has become a big issue, in our environment.
And galamsey is a sustainability challenge.
It is a big sustainability discussions, climate change.
Yeah.
You cannot but talk about technology, cyber, etc. So these emerging risks that we are associated with, not just business, but individuals, societies, communities, and families, make sustainability a very important thing. Unless, of course, you want to ignore it, but you ignore it at your own peril.
So when we say sustainable insurance,
yes,
we're talking about insuring what? The challenges, that's sustainability challenges or what?
Okay, so basically sustainable insurance involves integrating the environment, social, and governance. In other words, ESG. ESG, basically, ESG.
Oh, okay.
That, ensures that insurance products, insurance services, our solutions, our processes, have the element of ESG in it. In order to
what is the current situation?
I must say we are in a very foundational or very early stages as far as industry is concerned when you talk about ESG. Just last week, regulator in conjunction with the UNDP organized a workshop to give out a lot more insights about the need for sustainable insurance. The regulator mentioned something. Your friend, acting commissioner, mentioned something like, let's not look at ESG as a regulatory directive.
Okay.
We should not see it as a directive. Like, it's a directive. If you don't
so they whip you in line, yeah.
We shouldn't look at it from that angle. Rather, we should look at it as a strategy that has the objective of enabling and ensuring that businesses live beyond generations. So if you are embracing ESG, it means that you want your business to grow and live beyond this generation. So one, you are imbibing ESG in your strategies, your business strategy, and it should be whipped right from the top.
Okay.
From the board to senior management through to the very, operational level, So everybody buys into it because every business, beyond profitability, my brother, you want to see your business live beyond your lifetime.
Okay.
I'm sure we are yet to see businesses in our country that has indigenous businesses that have gone beyond
4th generation.
Third. 100 years. I mean, if they are even you just count them.
Yeah. Oh,
One,
yeah.
two,
Of course.
three,
Of
yeah.
course. Of course.
So what sustainability seeks to do is to ensure that, look, businesses live beyond current challenges.
Okay.
And ensure that future generations benefit from whatever we have today. We protect the environment, so that businesses can grow, survive. Dreams and aspirations can be met, without unnecessary, challenges that could have easily been, resolved.
Okay, so practically, what's the difference between this traditional insurance we're doing now and the sustainable insurance that you are pushing for us to get into? Because now you've become like an advocate for sustainable insurance. You have a big column in the Business and Financial Times and stuff. So what is the difference?
So the major difference is in the approach.
Okay.
So for instance, sustainable insurance would focus largely on integrating risks, in areas of environment, social, and governance.
Okay.
Gerald, I would say that, in fact, it's not so new. It's just that now there's so much focus on it. Already we do governance. Businesses have board in place. Best practice is to have a very good board.
So if I were to be insuring my company, maybe the strike general, I go to a general company and say, I want to insure this company, maybe the building and everything.
Yes.
You're saying that ESG means that I must have a good board in place.
Yes. So
otherwise you won't insure me.
So ESG would encourage you, and that's why regulator was saying it's very direct.
Encouragement.
Yes. So to the extent, if your building say is a green building, so green building meaning that energy efficient.
Exactly.
I'm
using less air conditioning.
Exactly.
I have more
windows.
Air is blowing.
I tell you what, that will give you more incentives. That will give you some discounts. The mere fact that you are practicing sustainability.
Oh, now I'm getting to understand sustainable insurance.
Exactly. So the focus on sustainability would say, look, imbibe the element of environment, element of social,
and then
social
governance.
being, living well, diversity, making sure that there is fairness, making sure that there is equality, everybody who deserves to be given a job, make sure, disparities are not so wide and stuff like that. Make sure you put in governance in place to check and monitor people who just dip their hands in the coffers. Remember,
are you saying that if sustainable insurance becomes the norm, it will cost less to insure an electric vehicle than a fossil fuel vehicle?
Exactly, so exactly my point. And that is one of the emerging insurances. Is new here, but it's emerging. Currently, as we speak, regulator is working on drafts on the EV policies, that is electronic vehicle policies, to eventually if you drive EV cars, you're supposed to have better rates, because you are contributing to less pollution. Yeah, you are contributing to, so you're not going to have a lot of pollution in the environment. So you should get some points for that. And that's why the likes of ETAP, when you had exactly.
Yeah, Ibrahim Babalula.
So again, sustainability would focus more on prevention, mitigation. They would want to prevent. So example again, the green building I spoke about. If you are efficient on electricity, etc., you are preventing any harm that would have happened in future. So obviously your premium should be lower. So if you compare that, just suppose that to traditional insurance, yes, we would get there, because if you don't join this crusade of pushing ESG, I tell you, we would have environment. We won't have all the water bodies will be polluted. Of course, if you are working in an environment where there's no fairness, would you want to work there? No,
you wouldn't.
If you're working in an environment where there's no governance, would you want to be there? No. So traditional insurance, yes. Focus is more on financial risk management. Okay. Yes. Again, we want to maximize investment. Obviously,
okay.
Nobody would want to go for investments return that is lower.
Of course, it's still a business. Yeah. It must make money.
It's a banter every day with us, and there are investment companies day in, day out. And of course, what you hear more in the traditional space is in terms of claim settlement, and I'm sure you would ask for that.
Yeah, of course.
Speedy, quick, prompt payment of claims and settlement.
Yeah, that is a big deal.
You hear that more.
As a matter of fact, that's what they accuse you of.
Yes.
They say you insurance people, you hide a clause in some corner of the policy document. And when I'm coming for my money, you say, hey, you flouted this law, so I won't give you your money.
Right, but sustainability would say you should prioritize prevention, mitigation, and sustainable recoveries.
Okay.
Just so that look, you are not just looking at quick payment of claims. You ensure that whatever claims you're paying, example, if you were to come for your motor insurance claim, you have insured the motorbike or the car, whether it's causing pollution or whatever. It's none of the traditional space. It's none of anybody. You have insured and you must be indemnified. ESG or sustainability would have factored in the fact that, look, you cause less pollution. You are driving very well, responsibly, etc. And that's is ensuring that, look, there is sustainability in whatever recoveries that we're doing. Yeah. That when you are paid next time, you will drive responsibly. You will go for an EV vehicle, so that you get lesser rates and all of that.
Okay, makes perfect sense. What is the situation like outside? In terms of established economies already, are they doing sustainable insurance outside?
Yes. So another jury. About 2 weeks ago, I was in Bangkok.
Okay.
And
Thailand.
There was Thailand, yeah. And there was a workshop on ESG, and I tell you what, Jerry, they have gone to the stage of having three insurance. So it's not just agri insurance. They've broken it down to say maize insurance.
Oh, you kidding
millet
me?
Insurance. Yes, that is the extent to which they have taken this, and the advocacy is big. They go out there educating not just insurance people but stakeholders. There are a lot of stakeholder engagement. Thankfully, our regulator has started that. Like I said last week, we had one for players. In the next level, we're going to have, understand today there's something to do with the judges, etc.
Yeah.
And I'm sure definitely sustainability, ESG would come in one way or the other. There's going to be a lot more. You need to do the engagements first for people to appreciate and understand. And I'm sure the likes of media, yourselves and all of that would be involved in this crusade to get it done. Because we need to protect the environment, my brother. We need to ensure that, look, whatever we have today, we maintain it for tomorrow.
Okay.
And that's the whole essence. So it's big in other jurisdictions, relatively new in our environment, but we are going to get there.
You talk to industry players. You are a big industry player. What are your colleagues saying? Are they excited? Are they saying,
there's excitement too, but the challenge, I think, is more of understanding and lack of information.
Okay.
So there are certain things that stakeholders need to do, regulator need to do. Regulator has come out with a draft framework. That's the starting point, actually, that would guide the operations of sustainable insurance. And he's shared that with industry players for us to review and give our comments. That's the starting point. And beyond that, we need to. So if you have ESG products, whoever you are selling it to must understand why he or she must practice A, B, and C in order to be able to give in some reliefs, some discounts, some incentives, etc. So my article, for instance, talking about SMEs.
Yeah,
SMEs
the
have
dilemma of SMEs.
Yes, they have limited knowledge about. These are huge customer or prospective base of insurance companies here. And by extension, their contribution to GDP, everybody knows, it's big up there.
Yeah.
Across Africa, we're talking close about 90%, in Ghana about 80%. They need to understand what it is, Else, we're going to have them, we're going to deny them the opportunity, for instance, if an SME was to go into, a green tech and wants a green insurance to protect, his business. It's not there. So that is the starting point. We get the draft regulation. We get to have the opportunity to design the products, ESG products, and then we get to carry along all the other stakeholders, be it individuals, institutions, SMEs in particular. I'm so passionate about SMEs because of the kind of contribution they make to our economy.
That's quite an interesting take on this. I'm quite excited to. Are there specific risk that comes with sustainable insurance?
Yes.
That is not currently with so let me give you an example. If I want to put, if I want to insure my house, but I use solar panels to generate electricity, I should get a plus for that, right?
Yes, you should.
I should get a plus for that.
So if you are practicing sustainable insurance, but that should give you a lower premium to pay.
Yeah.
Because that risk exists, and you are mitigating that risk. And that's the one I indicated prevention. So it's more of preventing it from happening. So if you have solar panels, you are so efficient on electricity. You are so conscious about not using a lot of
air conditioners and all these
more
things.
Windows, so So yes, that should give you some good discounts. Yes. If you decide to do your building, even your roofing, etc., and it's more green building compliant, I mean, you should get some.
If I'm using more bricks than cement blocks,
yes,
I should get a plus.
Yes, you should. So when we move to that region where we have green building insurance policies, and Lumai, I indicated. So when you engage businesses that are in that space, so real estate, and tell them, look, if you use bricks, if you use energy efficient methods, etc., to build this house, I tell you what, we're going to give you as much as this discount. And beyond the discount, my brother, even your own wellness, your well-being, is taken care of. So, and that's why I indicated that beyond the fact that it's been is a way to go, your own self, my brother. It makes you a better person.
Okay.
And that's the
you're sleeping in a more healthier room and house and all that.
Even lifestyle. We're saying that, okay, well, there's health and wellness insurance. That rewards you or incentivizes you. The mere fact that you've decided to live well. Your lifestyle, you decide you eat junk.
Exactly.
You decide that you're gonna and there are metrics to that. You decide that you're gonna exercise regularly. You decide that, look, you're gonna take your life serious. You won't do things that would affect your well-being. You get points for that,
Interesting.
You drive driving responsibly gives you some points, and that is where we are going to.
How far are we from that place? In Ghana now, are there are a lot of insurance companies?
Yes.
Are there companies that have specifically come up with sustainable insurance products that we can point to and say there are distance like that around?
So I must say that where we are now is more of imbibing it into our strategy.
Okay.
Imbibing it into our business plans, etc. Because the risk is right here with us. I've mentioned, so we have agri insurance, and there's a whole desk for agri insurance. I had mentioned that
there are agri insurance products currently in this country.
Yes, we do. We have.
Okay.
And I'd mentioned EV, the electronic vehicle insurance, which will come in. But at the moment, if you are driving that, you just pay the normal.
Okay.
But we'll get there. We'll get to that. Health and wellness. There are, semblance of that already in the system by health insurance companies, etc. But we are not fully there.
Okay.
And I believe that this continuous education and talk about it would push us there. Because the benefits extremely outweighs whatever challenges that we are thinking of now.
I mean, we at ZFM, because we are lifestyle and leisure and business, which is where our focus is. We are very interested in this sustainable insurance conversation, where we would use our platform as well, not only to just make the noise, but as much as possible to also ensure that we are a key player in ensuring that this thing goes on. So now your worry was in your article, you were worried about SMEs in Africa. What are the barriers to sustainable insurance as things stands now?
Lack of education, lack of information. Data isn't available. Products are not available. So people who want to actually assess that end up assessing traditional insurance. And to a large extent, because they are not available, scarcity of such products, it makes it expensive. So the typical SME is sort of going for an ESG or a sustainable insurance product, would go for a traditional product.
Whose job is it to ensure that this awareness grows?
All stakeholders, like we're doing now. I'm sure by the end of this session, we're going to have, some people would have one or two information about the ESG, sustainable insurance. The regulator is championing this big time. Our development partners are doing big stuff in this. IFC, EPA doing a lot of stuff. UNDP, among others, So it's a collective effort of all stakeholders. Remember, I said we need to protect the environment. We need to ensure that we breach inequalities in our society, and we need to ensure there's best practice in terms of business, management, and that's where the board, the G factor comes in. The G is so crucial that can you imagine a business running without?
Governance is.
Yes,
I mean, governance hits hard at my industry.
Exactly, and we all know what governance lack of governance has done to businesses.
It hits hard at our industry
in very recent times. So you wouldn't want to compromise on that, and that's why I say that ESG or sustainability is not new to us. We just need to be deliberate about it.
Okay,
imbibe it in our business strategies and our long-term visions, etc.
New things tend to cost in our industry. Would sustainable insurance cost the SME person?
No. So I think that is insurance is about numbers. So when we get a lot of people embracing this culture, I tell you what, it's going to be more affordable.
Okay.
Yes, because long term, I mean, even your operational costs as a business entity is going to come down.
Yeah.
So if your operational cost is down, come on.
Yeah, you wouldn't pass it on to the final consumer.
It makes sense. If you want to stay for long, and to quote you, the customer is the king. So if you decide to still keep prices high when your operational cost is low,
people will just leave you alone. Yeah. The customer will vote with his feet.
Yes.
He walk to the next person.
Yes.
That's quite an elaborate article you did. So for me, I'm looking at it and saying, wow, he took his time on that. Regulatory and policy gaps are being filled as we're talking now.
Yes.
I should bring Mr. Ando here one of these days.
Yes, please. And I'm sure he would.
Senior, if you are listening,
I don't know whether he's listening, but I'm sure he would gladly.
Yeah. I should bring him.
I know he's a strong advocate of inclusive insurance. And I mean, there's an element of that in sustainability. Nobody is going to be left behind. Let's go together. So you get, whether you're a market woman, whether you are a farmer, etc., sustainability welcomes you. And that's where the X factor comes in.
Exactly. Yeah. That's in your article. You spoke about a Kenyan farmer.
Yes.
Who could buy insurance so that if it doesn't rain or something. Tell us about
parametrics. So they predetermine, what is going to be paid out, and it's based on the weather. They look at the weather and tell you that should it rain or it doesn't rain. This is so unlike here for now. I mean, where you don't have such insurances, then you are gambling, sort of,
Okay.
So sustainability is quite big in Kenya compared to here. Yeah.
Okay.
The last week session we had, the workshop we had, for instance, we had some Kenyan officers, come share experiences and what is happening in that space. So yes, the farmer can have peace of mind. One of the benefits of sustainability, he knows that, look, should there be drought, there's insurance. Should there be too much rain, excess rain, there's insurance for it, etc. So that's where we get into.
That's interesting.
Remember the recent drought in the north?
Yeah, in the north where government had to pay.
Exactly.
So
in future, if we embrace this, there could be insurance products that would take care of drought, etc.
Is the industry ready for this? Because you're a very conservative industry. You are like the bankers.
Is the industry ready? I would say we are getting ready. We are not there yet. Remember, I indicated the regulator is putting together draft regulations to that effect or directives. In fact, he doesn't want to say his directive.
He's directive.
I remember he saying he needs to find a term for it. So maybe some guidelines.
I'll bring him here. I should bring my boss here one of these days.
Guidelines to ensure that we get it right. Otherwise, I mean, my brother, the benefit of sustainable insurance cannot be emphasized.
One of the things I know about new stuff when it comes to this, especially when it comes to things like this ESG conversation, sustainability, you are either part of those in the steamroller, or you are the road. The thing will roll over you. You must jump on the bus, or you become the streets on which the bus will drive.
You can equate it to innovation.
It is coming.
You either innovate
or you die. I'm looking forward to some of these very interesting things. Then also, you spoke about things like in a piece, you said SMEs involved in renewable energy projects such as solar installations can benefit from. So am I reading it right if I say sustainable insurance can also lead to the creation of jobs?
A lot, my brother. A lot. So let's take the social elements. It's where it talks about fairness.
Exactly, yeah.
So all you need to have the right skills and make sure you are well positioned. Number two, the opportunities that is going to create, the risks that currently are not being addressed.
Okay.
Assuming we begin to address those risks, it's going to create more employment. Those in the tech space, if they begin to look out for, tech insurance, etc. Employment. Agri insurance, if we develop that to the highest level, more employment for people, So again, governance. If we all embrace good governance, more employment for board members, or potential board members, etc.
Wow. I mean,
so yes, it cuts across all facets of our well-being. Yeah.
Because you spoke about the ADB, the Africa Development Bank,
yes,
estimating that Africa could see over $7 billion US dollars in investments in renewable energy by next year.
Yes, 2025.
Just next year.
Yes. So that's an opportunity.
So the money is there. It's coming. We should strategically position ourselves.
Yes. So instead of being scared of this emerging risks or ESG that is coming, embrace it. Embrace it. Learn about it, and come more. And I tell you what, our development partners are more than willing.
Okay.
To support, because they all know what it means to us, as what's it called, as communities, as societies, as families, etc. Yeah.
Natural disasters, catastrophes. I mean, in what way is sustainable insurance going to help? For instance, Akosumo Dam spill. Clears people. Somebody was telling me that her whole farm went under the water. I mean,
yes.
I couldn't fathom it. A whole farm.
So again, floods, earthquakes. So it's able to predict. So that's where parametrics comes in. It predicts that this would happen. Sometimes it's just boom, and even sometimes we are told, but we are adamant.
Stubborn. Yeah, stubborn.
But where you have a policy that tells you that, look, it's predicting that this and this would happen. And look, if you comply, you stand a chance of getting some incentives. You stand a chance of getting some discounts. You would comply. You're a business entity, and they're telling you that, look, you need to move from A to B because the floods that are coming are huge.
Okay.
It will preempt. Remember, I said it's more prevention than coming in to do whatever.
Okay. Well, I recall when Babalola came here, Ibrahim Babalola came, and we're having a conversation about ETAP with Hollard. One of the things that we spoke heavily about was what the gap, the penetration. How is sustainable insurance going to help increase our penetration rate?
Okay, so regulator is targeting to do.
What are we now? Still below 2%.
Still below 2%, but it's putting in measures to do up to about 10% thereabouts. There are quite a number of initiatives.
10%.
Yes.
We can do that.
Yes.
In how many years?
I think the next 5 years or so, that was the projection.
Okay.
So the opportunities that that ESG comes with or sustainability comes, I tell you what, would give us scale. Because this emerging risks would all be insured, which means, in other words, there will be new products, right?
Okay.
There will be new products in the markets. New products means, in fact, these risks already exist, so we're designing products to address them. It means that you are opening up the market, to welcome in people who ordinarily wouldn't have gone for traditional insurance products. Like asking them to come on board. The millennials would have something to do with insurance because they tell you that, look, specific products will be designed for you, etc. Some people avoid motor insurance, basically because they feel like I bought a motor insurance policy. I only drive my car once a year. There's a functionality in sustainability that will tell you that you only pay when you drive.
Yeah, because he's not polluting. He's parked the car in the garage.
Exactly.
But he's paid for the whole year.
You pay for the whole year. You only drive twice a week or twice a month. Tell me if there's a product like that, won't you come on board? If
you will come on board.
Those are the things we're talking about.
Yeah.
And obviously link that to penetration.
Yeah, it makes sense now.
Assuming we have about 20% of people who would frown on insurance all because they feel like I'm paying for a whole year, yet I've parked my car.
But if he can,
and he's paid because if he was a policeman would
you stop him in a way, and
but it tells you that okay, pay when you are driving, and more importantly, even where you drive responsibly, you get some
pay less or pay, but we'll give you a shopping voucher for you to go and shop somewhere,
and all of that will contribute to the increasing penetration. Yes.
Because you know what I'm thinking about. Assuming a company comes with cocoa farm insurance,
yes,
specifically for cocoa farms, it means that the Association of Cocoa Farmers can embrace this as a whole, and just like that, the numbers of insurance will just.
Remember, I mentioned that in Thailand they have
specific rice
maize insurance, rice insurance, millet. They have that.
Wow.
So can have specific
and that would increase the numbers.
Yes. So then you are assessing the risks associated with cocoa and designing a product specifically for it.
Oh, that would be interesting.
And I'm sure, so you see why we have to embrace it.
We have to. I mean, now that they're having this conversation, it was a blurred concept in my mind. But as and when we were talking, it's beginning to make more sense as to why, as a whole, we should embrace this. Would you say that we've just about 20 minutes to the top of the hour? That means the two of us have just about 15 minutes to go. It's been an interesting discussion. That's why the time is just running like that. Was micro insurance a step between traditional insurance towards sustainable insurance? What is micro insurance in the first place? What was it supposed to achieve? What is it achieving now?
So let me say, Jerry, micro insurance is so critical to sustainability.
Oh, wow.
To the extent that the introduction of micro insurance in our space has helped alleviate poverty to a large extent and continue to do that. In other words, traditional insurance, the bias of traditional insurance actually was what microinsurance seek to do to close up. So ordinarily, as you're very much aware, if you were to buy insurance, traditional insurance would ask for certain things that if you are not in the formal sector, and you don't have that, you cannot buy traditional insurance.
Yeah.
Now, with the partnership with the techs, the telecos, etc., we're able to design products where a farmer sitting somewhere in my village, or sitting wherever, any part of the country, all he needs is his mobile phone. Mobile phone.
Okay.
And he should just make sure he has some money in his wallet, and he can purchase a micro insurance policy by just dialing a short code. Let me use the typical example of Holland. We have what we call Mebambo, and we designed that to actually serve the underserved.
Okay.
The informal sector, people who were not privileged enough by not their own doing, but because of the fact that what they've chosen to do, they do not have certain things that we're asking for, residential address, bank accounts, etc. With your Momo, you're good to go. We say just dial 269 star
269 hash,
and then you follow the prompt. Within 2 minutes, you are covered. And we'll give you cover as much as 30,000 Ghana cedis for your life against disability. And we have quite a number of such products, other competitors have similar.
What with an insurance like that, one of the biggest issues that people have when it comes to insurance is that regular monthly payment.
Yes.
What is the micro insurance space like?
So it gives you the opportunity to even choose to pay daily. Hey, I don't earn monthly salary.
Exactly.
My business is tabletop. I earn I make like 20 cedis a day. Premium can be as low as 2 Ghana cedis a day. So if I'm making 20 cedis a day and I decide to pay 2 cedis, but 2 cedis for a whole month, pay 2 cedis for a whole month and get a cover as much as 5,000 Ghana cedis, if not more. So there's that flexibility with regards to payments. Don't wait till end of month. You are not a salary earner. So pay as and when. You can pay daily, you can pay weekly, you can pay monthly, you can pay quarterly, you can pay annually. You see the gap is closing. Those barriers that the traditional insurance would have said.
That's what I'm noticing.
Pay monthly. At the end of the month, if you don't pay, we'll send you a message.
I know. We used to do that.
So all you need to do in the micro space is that make sure there's money in your wallet. and then we do recurring deductions. We don't worry you come back to you. We start up the auto debits from day one, and then based on what duration or period you have chosen, we come in to deduct. And you are covered. Your family is covered. Let me say that coverage, because of micro, and because of these new partners we have, coverage has gone about 44-45%. Coverage. Penetration is less than 2%. But coverage, the number of people who enjoy insurance has increased.
Yeah, of course.
And we'll continue to. And in fact, within the sub-region, we are part of the top tier who have high coverage.
Ghana.
Yes.
Kwame Nkrumah is Ghana.
Yes, Ghana. Yes.
Interesting.
Yeah, one of the good things happening in the industry. Yes, we don't talk about it. Yes.
Yeah. What are the good things?
And kudos to microinsurance. Yes.
Yeah.
That innovation has opened up, and made the myth surrounding insurance. I mean, it's just taking out that myth that anybody can buy insurance. To the extent you value your life.
Okay.
And I say this repeatedly. To the extent you value your life, value the life of your family, value the property that you acquire with your hard-earned currency. I tell you what, Jerry, you need insurance.
You need insurance.
Yes.
It's a quarter to the top of the hour. His name is Nasir Idrisu. He's the MD of Honored Life Assurance. He's the first vice president of the Ghana Insurance Association. He's right here in the studios with us. But that also means that microinsurance has done a bit of the hard work that sustainable insurance would have done.
Yes.
If there was no micro.
Yes.
Now, those underserved who will play a role in the sustainable space already are being insured in one way or the other. So it's no more strange.
It's not. Remember I had mentioned that the whole discussion around sustainability or sustainable insurance, in other words, ESG, is not new to us. We're already doing it in one way or the other. It's just now that we are saying, okay, let's be deliberate, let's measure it.
Okay.
Let's play according to the rules. That is what is making the difference. Otherwise, the X factor, the social factor addresses, but microinsurance addresses to some extent the social element of sustainability, by making sure that there's inclusion. So inclusive insurance, it takes care of that and all of that, yeah.
The article ended with some examples of sustainable business practices SMEs can adopt. And you spoke about energy efficient technologies in their operations. So all you're doing is not only are you ensuring, but you are asking people to live better.
Exactly. Behavioral change. Let's change our way of doing things, And as we change and you are getting better in terms of wellness, you are also getting incentives. Your insurance is going to be cheaper, You're going to have your business grow. Your cost is going to be less, So the benefit associated with these practices, when you decide to adopt sustainable practices, is enormous, To you, the individual, to the community, to the business, and to the country at large.
And there is data to help. For instance, I'm asking this because let's use Zed Multimedia as an example. Zed is going to insure this, our big building here, and we're saying that, okay, ECG, or our insurer is saying that ECG, if you can prove that this building is supposed to consume this megawatts of power every month. However, they consume far less, we would give them an incentive. That should be done because the data is available. ECG should be able to see that, yes, a building like this, having this number of rooms, having this number, so that if they do, which would then force us as a media house to ensure that all air conditions are put off in rooms where nobody's sitting. Yeah. Lights are put off.
Exactly.
We become more sustainable conscious because it would end as a reward financially.
Exactly. So the challenge is data,
The challenge is data.
But we have solutions around that. To the energy efficiency we've just spoken about. There are certain bulbs that when you are out of your room,
they will go off automatically.
Goes off.
When you enter, then they come on.
ECs, we have cards that's when you are not there, nothing functions. When you live in, you take the card.
I've seen that in some hotel rooms across the world, but not here.
It's all in in support of sustainability to ensure that we are We are very efficient with the usage of energy and stuff like that. So if an insurance company was to insure such property and comes in and they do the assessment, the risk assessment, and they say, okay, well, these are the kind of bulbs you are using. These are the kind of
systems you have in place.
And all of that. That should inure to your benefits with some incentives. Yeah. And
you're
obviously such burden in terms of premium, assuming the value is same, another burden that do not have these efficiencies and all of that should pay more than you.
Yeah, it should be punitive.
Yes, you pay more. So don't start the difference.
Another thing you spoke about is to encourage carpooling.
Yes.
Use of electronic and hybrid vehicles.
Yes. So park your car, jump into another, a friend's or it's assuming you have two cars in your you both work here at Zed.
Yes.
You and your neighbors.
One of you park the car.
Yes. You know what? You're gonna you reduce pollution, isn't it?
So you'll be helped to reduce pollution.
Yes. So it may sound very little, but see, can you imagine 10? Or there's a policy here. The company policy here says that, okay, we're doing carpooling.
Carpooling.
Yes. We want only 3 cars a week here out of about the 15 cars you guys have here. What would that do to the environment?
And so, as a company, we would earn some.
Exactly. Oh, yeah, this is our policy. Just to make sure that we address the issue of environmental sustainability,
Amazing.
Yeah.
Wow.
And then EV, the electronic cars, at the moment it's quite pricey.
Yeah, it is.
Just like automatic cars when they were coming. I mean,
eventually,
with time.
Yeah.
So we should all embrace it, and as we embrace our insurance, it will have an impact on our insurance premiums. So.
One of the things you spoke about is diversity and inclusion fosters a diverse workforce and promote growth. So you're saying that if you came to when the time came and sustainable insurance is a big thing in Ghana, if I'm going to insure my staff, I'll pay less if I have a lot more disabled in my staff workforce.
Yeah. So disability is one.
Gender, yes.
Religion is another.
Okay.
Etc. So diversity, inclusivity has all these components. So don't be so, you would maybe now it's getting better. You could go to an organization and
all male.
So no. Female, they would go on maternity leave.
Yeah, they would go on maternity leave and stuff like that.
So to promote sustainability, have an inclusivity policy where you bring together all manner of people.
And when that happens, you are rewarded.
Yes, you are rewarded, yeah. And there are even awards to or rewards to companies whose boards are so balanced.
Oh, okay. If it's a 7-member board, 4 women, 3 men.
Exactly.
You get some rewards for that.
Yes. We have a policy that place where we're trying to push female, from a particular band to a higher band.
Okay.
Just to ensure that there's inclusivity and also to ensure that, look, it's not a male-dominated world. Give opportunity, equal opportunity.
Final question.
Right.
How far are we from a world a Ghana where there will be sustainable insurance products all around? First of all, before you answer that, is traditional product going to go away and everything replaced by sustainable?
No. So we're going to imbibe. We would integrate ESG or sustainable practices
in the current traditional products. Okay.
So even with our investment, you're now going to have insurance in green bonds, investing in organizations that are practicing sustainability.
Okay.
They are more ESG compliant. So it's not going to go away. So a current traditional products we're going to integrate ESG into these traditional products and make it worthwhile, such that it transcends. Remember, the objective is to make sure that it transcends beyond generations, so that tomorrow we'll protect today for tomorrow. That's the whole essence.
That's fantastic. So how far are we?
Not very far.
2 years?
If not less. Because you see, in as much as the regulator is trying to encourage, not
legislate, encourage.
Not legislate, encourage us to go on that path. Individual companies are at different levels, different stages, on this journey. different. There are a number of what's it called institutions that are in place to help guide, industry and beyond industry. It's also the stakeholder engagement I mentioned.
Okay.
Because if we design sustainable products and those to consume it are not aware, they are not dedicated about it, you get it. You can sell it. You have a product that is so good that nobody knows the uses.
Exactly.
Nobody knows the benefit of it. I mean, how do you sell that
it's
product?
True.
So for between now, I'm sure the next term, you're going to see a lot of engagements.
Okay.
A lot of stakeholder engagements, happening across board. And that is the starting point. Lot of that engagement. And then the next moment, the next layer, you see
the products will start dropping
in.
in.
Yes.
His name is Nashiri Drisu. He is the MD of Hollard Life Assurance and the first vice president of the Ghana Insurance Association. He's sitting here in the studios of Zed-FM, and we're having a conversation on sustainability. Any final words, boss, before you leave? I know MD, I'm sure they are calling you from the office. Come and sign something.
So first to thank you for the opportunity.
Most welcome, my brother.
To share some thoughts around sustainable insurance. I must say, look, it's a critical thing for not just insurance, but for industry, and if you want to live beyond generations, let's embrace sustainable practices, in every aspect of our life. It's good. It may be difficult at the initial stage. Nothing good comes easy, isn't it?
Okay.
So let's embrace it and let's roll with it, because the benefits are enormous. That is the way that is the direction the world is going, and we cannot sit on the fence. And more importantly is the fact that it's tied to the SDG goals, Sustainable Development Goals.
Yeah.
And that's permeates every facet of our life.
Yeah.
So that's my
Thank you so very much, Mr. Nashiri Drisu, for coming through on Zed-Talk. Sustainable insurance was the topic for discussion. Have a wonderful one, my brother.
Thank you.